What should you bring home from Beijing? If you visit Beijing one day, what should you bring home? And please don't tell me just a fridge magnet. I'm Eric from Beijing. Today, let me show you what I think is worth bringing home from traditional Beijing to modern China. Number 1. Chinese tea. Tea is probably one of the best things you can bring home from China. And in Beijing, you don't need to look very far. Try Wuyutai, one of Beijing's famous traditional tea brands. You can find different kinds of Chinese tea there, including their well-known green tea. Another famous Beijing name is Zhangyiyuan. If you like jasmine tea, definitely have a look. Jasmine tea has been part of Beijing's traditional tea drinking culture for generations. But don't just buy tea, experience it. Go to the Qianmen area and visit Laoshe Tea House. Laoshe was one of China's most famous modern writers, and he was deeply connected with Beijing and its everyday life and culture. One of his best-known plays is called Tea House, which tells the changing story of a Chinese society through the people coming and going in a traditional Beijing tea house. That's also why the name Laoshe Tea House feels so connected to old Beijing culture. Sit down, have a cup of tea, and if you have time, enjoy some traditional Beijing performances and the tea house culture. Sometimes, the best thing you can bring home isn't something in your suitcase. It is the experience. Number 2. Beijing snacks. If you want to bring home some traditional Beijing snacks, try Daoxiangcun. But here is a small tip from a Beijing local. Ask before you buy. There are actually different well-known brands using the Daoxiangcun name, including one originating from Suzhou in southern China and the Beijing Daoxiangcun, the local Beijing brand. Personally, I love the Beijing one. If you especially want to try the traditional Beijing version, look at Beijing Daoxiangcun. You can find many traditional pastries and snacks there. Choose a gift box with several different varieties and take it home to your family and friends. It's easy to carry, easy to share, and it's something you actually tasted during your Beijing trip. Just remember to check your own country's customers' rules before bringing food home. Number 3. Beijing Forbidden City cultural products. This is something I especially recommend. The Forbidden City today isn't only a place to visit. There are many beautiful designed cultural products inspired by the Chinese history and the Palace Museum. Bookmarks, stationery, jewelry, small decorations, and yes, even some very creative fridge magnets. So okay, maybe you can buy a fridge magnet, but at least make it a good one from Beijing. Number 4. Jingtailan, or Chinese clothes nail. If you want something that is really connected with Beijing, look at Jingtailan. This traditional clothes nail craftsmanship is famous for its beautiful colors and detailed designs. You don't have to buy a huge and expensive vase. Look for something smaller, a bracelet, a small ornament, a decorative plate, or another small piece that's easy to take home. This is something that really represents traditional Beijing craftsmanship. Number 5. Silk, pearls, and Chinese-style clothing. Silk is always a classic Chinese gift. A silk scarf is beautiful, light, and easy to pack. You can also look at pearls and pearl jewelry. And if you want something more interesting, try Chinese-style clothing. It could be a qipao, hanfu, a traditional style jacket, or simply a modern shirt, bag, or accessory with the Chinese design elements. You don't have to dress like you are living 500 years ago. Modern Chinese design can be very stylish and much easier to wear by home. Number 6. Pop Mart and Chinese designer toys. Now let's move from traditional China to modern China. Pop Mart, Labubu, and the Chinese designer toys have become popular around the world. For younger visitors or collectors of any age, this can be a fun thing to bring home. Maybe years from now, your first Labubu will remind you of your Beijing trip. Number 7. Chinese technology. This is another side of China today. You can look at power banks, earbuds, smart devices, mobile phones, cameras, action cameras, phone stabilizers, and other electronics. China has some very interesting consumer technology, and these aren't really souvenirs. They are products you may continue using every day after you go home. Just remember, before buying expensive electronics, check whether they work properly in your country. Check language options, check network capabilities, check the warranty, and for power banks and other battery products, check your airline's rules before flying. Number 8. Chinese ceramics and tea sets. If you enjoyed drinking tea in China, why not take that experience home? A small Chinese tea set, teacup, or ceramic piece can be beautiful souvenir. You don't need something expensive. Find something you generally like and will actually use. Then, every time you make tea at home, maybe you will remember Beijing. Number 9. Chinese calligraphy and traditional Chinese art. Chinese brushes, Chinese ink, calligraphy paper, a small painting, or even a personal seal with your Chinese name. These are small, easy to carry, and much more personal than a generic tourist souvenir. If you are interested in Chinese culture, they can also become something you keep for many years. And one more tip, check the tax refund. If you are a foreigner visitor shopping in Beijing, check whether the store offers a departure tax refund, especially if you are buying electronics, clothing, or other higher value products. This may save you some money. More and more stores and shopping areas in Beijing now provide convenient tax refund services for overseas visitors. So don't forget to ask before you pay. So what should you take home? For me, I would divide into 3 things. Take home something from traditional China, maybe tea, silk, Jingtailan, or ceramics. Take home something from modern China, maybe Pop Mart, a Chinese camera, a phone, or another piece of technology. And finally, take home something that reminds you of your own Beijing experience. Maybe it's the jasmine tea you discovered at Wuyutai or Zhangyiyuan. Maybe it's a box of Beijing Daoxiangcun snacks. Maybe it's something from the Forbidden City, or maybe you don't need to buy anything at all. Maybe it's simply the memory of sitting in Laoshe tea house, drinking a cup of tea, and experiencing a little piece of traditional Beijing life. Because the best souvenir shouldn't just say, I went to Beijing, I went to China. It should make you remember this was my China experience. I'm Eric Liu from Beijing. Welcome to China. Enjoy Beijing, enjoy the culture, and enjoy your shopping. And tell me in the comments, what would you bring home from Beijing?